Sweat like a pig if I can break it. I'm John Wood, and I waste money on dumb shit. Today we're talking about the Ed Wood VHS box set, wrapped in an Angora sweater. If you know about Ed Wood, you know why there's an Angora sweater covering it. If you don't, Ed Wood is considered the worst filmmaker of all time. That's not true. He's a fucking genius. How dare you say that? These three right here have Glen or Glenda, Bride of the... It's a monster. This one has Glen or Glenda, Bride of the Monster, and Plan 9 from Outer Space. Plan 9 from Outer Space is the one that most people know about, and then Glen or Glenda is actually kind of popular because it's really, really bad and really boring. Bride of the Monster is really popular because Boris Karloff is in it, and he's the evil henchman doctor, and he kind of goes and has a whole little discussion with people, and he fights an octopus at the end, and that's the scene that they have where he's sitting there on heroin.
It wasn't Boris Karloff.
Oh my God, you're right, Bela Lugosi. Bela Lugosi, Jesus Christ. Whoops. Now, Bride of the Monster is really popular. Not popular at all. Bride of the Monster is really famous because it's got Bela Lugosi in it. And Ed Wood kind of ran into Bela Lugosi when he was on hard times, and he talked him into doing Bride of the Monster, where he's an evil doctor and he sits there and talks in his accent. And people really loved that whenever it came out. No, they didn't. Why do I say that? People hated it. It was a terrible movie and nobody watched it, but it was still Bela Lugosi, and so it was kind of a big deal. He actually died while they were not even making Plan 9 from Outer Space. There's just some footage of him in the beginning that Ed Wood shot, but if you're trying to find Bela Lugosi, who's the only star that's in any of these things, except for Vampire, she's fucking hot, is Bride of the Monster. Now this is from Rhino Home Video, it was VHS in 1995. These three came out separately, but then you can get the box set like this, which is kind of cool. Fun fact, if you go back a couple of generations of Josiah Wood, you can track the family tree down. You might see a little split right there where Ed's up here and I'm down here, but we don't want to talk about that. He's considered a bad filmmaker. That being said, he's actually a very misunderstood cat. He did some really crazy shit after that. There's some other kind of lewd films that we got. But this one right here is whenever he was at his peak, and his peak was not that great. But this was a time whenever it was really hard to get movies made, and he was able to get these movies made. You can find these kind of readily available. This set, not so much, but these movies you can find streaming everywhere. If you want to, I don't want to say a good time. If you want to watch these things, they're very hard to get through. They are very slow. They're bad. They're cheesy. There's all that stuff. The best way to watch them is with Mystery Science Theater or Riff Tracks or something attached to it. But if you want to check it out, you should. You should probably check out Plan 9 from Outer Space because it's the most ambitious of his projects.